Quiz review for quiz 3132. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to complete our table. So we're going to go over here to our calculator and we're going to put in the values for our table in order to find our new ordered pairs. Now remember that in pre-algebra we never subtract. So we add a line and change the sign or keep, change. So our equation that we're going to be using is y is equal to 3 plus -1 times x. So we're going to come over here and we're going to do 3 plus -1 times, and our x is -2. And that's going to give us 5. And then we're going to do 3 plus -1 times -1. And that's going to give us 4. 3 plus 0 is going to give us 3. And 3 plus -1 times 1 is going to give us 2. So we're going to go ahead and do our graphing. So we're going to do -2, 5 gives us this first point. -1, 4 gives us the second point. 0, 3 gives us the third point, and 1, 2 gives us the fourth point. And of course we would need a fifth point, so we're going to go ahead and put in 2 and go to our calculator, and we're going to do 3 plus -1 times 2 is going to give us 1. So then we're going to go 2, 1, and that's going to give us our fifth point. We're going to go ahead and draw our straight line, put our arrows in at the ends of them, and now we're going to look at our domain. So our domain is going to have a bracket, and the domain is going to be all of our x values least to greatest. So it's going to be -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And our range is going to be our y values least to greatest. So the range is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is this a function? So the easiest way for us to look at that is, do we have any x's that are repeating? The answer is no. And we can also do our vertical line test. So remember that if I draw a vertical line all the way through the graph and there's never more than one point that touches that vertical line, then yes, it is a function. All right, let's go ahead and go to our second one. Our second one is going to multiply. We're going to put in -4, -2, 0, 2. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we put in our +4 as well. So we're going to do control divide, 1/2, arrow out, we're going to multiply, times parentheses, -4, parentheses, and we're going to get -2, but then we also have to add our +5. So -2 plus 5 is going to give us +3. And now we're going to do control divide, 1/2, again arrow out, times parentheses, -2, and now I'm going to go ahead and add our +5 enter, and that's going to give us our 4. So if I put my 0 in here with 1/2 x, that's just going to give me 0, plus 5 is going to give me 5. And then I'm going to do control divide, 1/2, arrow out, times 2 plus 5 is going to give me 6. And then control divide, 1/2, arrow out, times 4 plus 5 is going to give me 7. All right, so we're going to come over here and we're going to go to -4. 1, 2, 3 gives me my first point. -2, 1, 2, 3, 4 gives me my second point. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me my third point. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would have to draw in our 6th line here to extend our graph. And then we're going to have a 7, so we're going to go ahead and draw one more line in to extend our graph. So that's going to be 4, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to be right there. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and draw our straight line in, add our arrows. And now we're going to look at our domain. So our domain is going to be all the x's least to greatest. -4, -2, 0, 2, 4. And our range is going to be all of our y's least to greatest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to look at our x's, make sure none of them repeat. They're all different. We're going to look at our line, testing out our vertical line test. So as I draw the vertical lines in with my mouse, you'll notice that I'm not touching more than one point on the line. So yes, it is a function. Now, we're going to go ahead and label our slope. For number 1 is pointing not to heaven. So it's going to be negative. And it does not go through the vertex. I'm sorry, it does not go through the origin. So it's non-proportional. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, pointing to heaven. So it's positive, does not go through the origin, so it's non-proportional. All right, now I've given you a table, and now we have to figure out which one of these equations represents this data. So the easiest way to do that is take the equation and start plugging in the values. So if I do 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1. So that one works. Let's do the next one. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 1 is 3. So this one does not work because the order pair is 2, 4. So A does not work. All right, so let's try C. 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 3 is 1, so that works. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5, so that one does not work. Let's try B. 3 times 1 is 3. minus 2 is 1, so that one works. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. That one works. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. That one works. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 2 is 10. That one works. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 2 is 13, so that one works. Every single ordered pair has to work if the equation is going to represent the data. Using the data in the table above, let's write it as an ordered pair. So this is going to be bracket 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 7, 4, 10, 5, 13. Okay, write the relation as a table. So we're going to go ahead and put our table with X and Y. So our X is 1, 2, negative 3, negative 2, 4, 5, 1, 4. So my domain is going to be all of my X values, least to greatest. So I'm going to have to start with negative 3. 1 is included twice, but I only write it once. And then the 4. Now we're going to look at the range. Least to greatest is going to be negative 2, and then 2, and then 4, and then 5. Now, I'm going to look at my X values. Notice that I have 2 number 1s. So this is not a function, and the reason is 1, 2, and 1, 4. And now you've reviewed for your quiz.